Hello, this is Lisa with Quilting Block of the Month Facebook group. This is our first block for the month of June 2020. It is called the V block. Obviously you can see where it gets its names for these V shapes here in the four sides. This block doesn't have Y seams, but I'll show you a real simple way to attach these pieces to it and make it go together a lot easier. So this one does require printing out of a template here. When you do print out your template, you do need to make sure that this block here that says 1 inch square, make sure when printing that it actually does measure 1 inch square. If it doesn't, then your block will not be the full 12 inch, because it will finish at 12 inch, it'll be unfinished at 12.5 inch. The original pattern was a 14 inch block, but we've adjusted it to the 12 inch to go along with all the other blocks. So, first thing you need to do is take this, cut your pieces out. You're going to cut 4 pieces of piece A, 4 pieces of piece C. These are going to be this more solid color, my white here. So you'll need to cut 4 of each of those. Then on your V shapes here, you can do all 4 identical colors, and then so you cut out of piece E and D 4 of each. Or if you want to do 2 color, then you would cut out 2 of each. Or I'm going to do this next block, I'm going to do it with 4 different colors. So as you can see, I cut pieces D and E, 4 pieces of each. Then you're going to take this little itty bitty piece right here, piece B, and you're going to need 8 of these because you're going to need them for each of your tips of your block. You could make it where this one is purple and pink, or pink and purple here, and then this one purple with pink here. You can kind of change it however you want, but I'm going to use, again, the yellow are my points. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay out our block. So what you're going to do is you're going to take piece A, and it is basically going to be our 4 corners. So you're going to put the bigger triangle piece here and stick those as your 4 corners. So you're going to stick those out so they all meet here together. Then you're going to take your piece C. Now it's real important because piece C isn't exactly the same triangle. So you're going to need to take it and you're going to put this point here in towards the middle. So your long straight piece is going to be up or outwards. So you're going to just lay your pieces. You're going to put one in each of the 4 sides here. So now you've got all your background pieces all laid out there. Let's get them so you can see them. Then you're going to take your piece E and your piece D. So you'll take 1 piece of each and you're going to lay them inside between these here. So you're going to kind of sandwich them in. That one there, and my pink there, there, and there's the beginning of it. Now, so now you've got the way the layout's going to look. Then the piece B, these yellow pieces in my case, are going to go here on the ends of these pieces. The top piece where it says piece B is going to go right here like this. And so the first step that we're going to do, and you'll do this to all your color pieces, is you'll lay these out, you'll just fold it over, and then you're going to stitch 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, and then you're just going to press your seam out. Okay, after you've done your 1/4 inch seam allowance, go ahead and press this open. You can press it either towards the yellow or away from the yellow, or even if you want, you could even press the seams open. It kind of depends on how you want to do it. The next step is you are going to take this against a white piece here, and you are literally just going to, and you can do it from either side. You're going to take the piece here and you're just going to roll it over, matching that top corner and this little peak down here at the bottom. You want to make sure that both of those match up. As long as both of those matches up, then you can go up here just do a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down and then press it. I've gone ahead and attached this one. I've gone ahead and pressed open my seams just to reduce a little bit of the bulk, but you've got one side there. So then you're going to put the other side next on the other side to see how the points come together, and you've got your V. You're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to take this, you're going to roll it up, and you're going to match from this corner here to your white with your pink. That's as far as you're going to stitch, as you're going to stitch down to here. Don't continue on past it, just stitch to where your white point here in. So just kind of stitch down to your white, and then you'll press it open. Okay, now as you can see, I've got my 1/4 inch. I stopped when I got to the seam here, to the end of the seam. So what you're going to do is you're going to match, leaving the white out, or you're going to fold the white over, kind of match it up. So you're going to have it kind of sticking out there. Basically you're matching up this bottom pieces here. So you're going to fold that in. See how it's kind of tucked nice and neat inside of there? Just going to fold that in, kind of match up your top here, and then match up your bottoms at the bottom here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure that you go over your line here, your stitching, so you can catch that. Just start back here, go 1/4 inch all the way to your point. Okay, I've got the seam here, the 1/4 inch going from the corner up towards the other pieces here, the open seams, and then I'm just going to open it on out. Now you'll need to just go ahead and press your seam. You can press your seam open again, you can press it over one way or the other, whichever way's the smoothest. I think opening it is because you're going to have all these pieces in the center, and so it'll just reduce the amount of bulk if you just kind of lay them out flat. If you need to clip any of your little fabric here, if it got pulled over, you could clip it so it'll lay a little smoother. Just go ahead and then give your block a nice pressing. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach it to this piece here. And so what you're going to do is just fold this little piece over here. Make sure you're matching your corner real well there, that it matches up. And then just make sure that this line's nice and smooth along the other fabric. My yellow's kind of off a little bit when I pressed it, so it sticks out. So you can just then line it up with there. Stitch from the center here all the way out, a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then press it. And again, the best thing to probably do is go ahead and press that seam open. Okay, and as you can see, I've gone ahead and I've stitched my 1/4 inch seam allowance from the corner outward, and I did press the seam open to kind of reduce the bulk. It does get a little bit bulky down here in the corner, in the middle, but once you get it all quilted, you probably won't even notice it. But then you just press it open. This is 1/4 of your block. You're going to need to repeat this 4 times. So after you do the first one, or you can just do them in a group. Go ahead and do your second one, and then do your third one, and then do your fourth one. Now, it doesn't really matter when you're sewing this if you sew this big piece to the left side or to the right side. It doesn't really matter. Just be consistent on all of your blocks. If you sew it on the left side, sew it on the left side of all 4. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to sew one here and here, and then it's not going to match up. Because you're going to want to, this piece is going to have a color on each side of that piece. And so what we're going to do is we'll do a second one here. And once this one's together, then you have sew them together, you've got a straight line. Do those 2 together and you've got another straight line, and you can put the 2 pieces together. So I will get these other pieces sewn up and show you how to put it together. Okay, after you've got your pieces, your 2 side pieces here sewn together, and you've got half of your square, and then you've got your other half of your square, And you just put this together, and as you see, we've got our straight seam here that we can do. You're just simply going to match your centers, fold it over, match your centers all the way down, and then we're going to sew a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way down, and then we'll have our block finished. Okay, after you've sewn the two pieces together and you've got your 1/4 of an inch seam allowance down, just go ahead and press your seams. You can press them open, you can press them however you want. Open helps reduce a little bit of the bulk in the middle. And so now you have completed the first June block of 2020, the V block. Take your time to go ahead and post them up on our Facebook group so we can enjoy all the different color combinations of how the blocks look.